Let's do it. Let's do it. And Caroline Irvine is someone who has been, man, how many years, how much jewelry education is in the studio today?
I know. So
how much people live in this stuff, from you to David to Michelle. It's just really exciting because there's so much to talk about. Well, now let's go now to the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, to a single source stone, to my favorite gemstone on the planet Earth. It is Tanzanite, discovered in 1967 by Manuel de Souza, who thought he was seeing sapphire. Wasn't. It's its own gemstone. Everybody take notice right here and right now. This has been on QVC. It's rocked. You've loved it. You've given it great reviews at $847. There's a different carat weight here for each size. Small, average, large. That means a large has more carat weight.
it does. Same
It does.
price, though.
Same price. All down now to the lowest price it's ever been. There's no reorder on this. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You have 12-month financing. I begged our planner, Ronnie. I said, Ronnie, I'm back on jewelry on a day like today. I wanna have a wow Tanzanite piece. She said, let me see what I can do. Caroline, this is it.
This is it. I know. Fantastic. First of all, Tanzanite. Line bracelet, so talk about an iconic style, but you don't generally see it done in colored stones like this, in Tanzanite, in an exotic colored gemstone.
Wow, look at the color, everybody. Look at again, and there's not all Tanzanite is created equal. I mean, it's all from the same place, but there are different grades. There's light violet, there's watered down. So when you get this, realize it's like diamonds.
Yeah.
It's like rubies, emeralds, sapphires. You pay more, the better the quality. That's why a lot of gorgeous Tanzanite, you pay top dollar. And this is now not a carat, not 2 carats. This starts at 12 carats.
Yeah. Yeah, insane weight here. And you're absolutely right about the quality of Tanzanite. So before I studied gemology and became an expert, when I was just in college, figuring out what I wanted to do, I had a friend that loved Tanzanite, collected Tanzanite. And it was this pale, kind of like your shirt, a pale periwinkle color.
Lavender periwinkle, right.
And I thought, oh, that's just Tanzanite. Absolutely not. Then I studied gemology, went to the GIA, and I found out what real Tanzanite looks like.
Wow, here we go. You can see it now live. You can see the pear shape, by the way. What does the pear shape do? And the size of the stones. Like, this is not pave. These are not itty-bitty stones. These aren't beads, right? These are faceted, pear-shaped, large individual stones with great saturation of color.
Yeah, truly they are. I mean, you can see every single facet happening because they are larger stones. These aren't little micro pave stones lining the rest.
There it is. So when we say, take me through what I'm looking for in a color of a great Tanzanite stone.
Yeah.
You're actually seeing not this periwinkle, you're actually seeing blues with touches of violets and even some reds coming through there, right?
And some pinks, yeah. And that's because it's a trichroic gemstone. So it actually shows 3 different colors depending on the crystal direction that you're looking down the stone. So that makes it difficult to cut because it has to be oriented in perfectly the right way for its faceting. And that's why sometimes you see a little more purple, sometimes you see more blue, sometimes you see red, pink. It's really an incredible stone.
If you want to do it, there's no reorder on this piece. It's never ever been this price before. You're saving $247, and you choose small, 6 3/4, average is 7 1/4, and the large is going to be the 8-inch bracelet. It's gorgeous, and that color, by the way, is something that doesn't fade over time.
No.
It's from the earth, from this one source. Yeah. It's really what's called the gemstone of the 20th century, right? And it has now moved into the 21st century, and now become more popular, more sought after than ever. And just like when it comes to certain kinds of turquoise, right? Persian turquoise, right? Or Sleeping Beauty turquoise. When the mine closes, when it's no longer available, well, something happens. It now becomes precious. This is one source for this. All of these beautiful stones, and they're going to match in color, aren't they?
Yes, and that is huge. When you have gemstones that are beautifully saturated like this next to each other, you want them to match in hue, in tone, and in saturation. There's really 3 points that they need to match, or else you see one sticking out like a sore thumb.
What do you mean 3 points? I'd love to know what you mean by that.
So hue, tone, and saturation. So the color, how dark it is, how light it is, if it tints to gray, if it's the pure form of the color, and they all have to match. It's not just one factor, and so it's incredible to line them up and to see them so beautifully done here.
Hue and tone and saturation.
Yeah.
So what's saturation of color? What does that mean?
So that's how, if it's one basic color, like how saturated it is. So does it have a lot of that color, or is it more pale, like a pale pink, or is it a dark saturated pink, or in this case, that violet blue?
Great. Here's the update on our gorgeous one-time only value. Price goes away at the end of the show, not the end of the day, not the end of the month, and the small. There's 4 dozen remaining. And the average, there's 6 dozen. Those pausing classes I've been taking have been working. And the large, there's 3 dozen remaining. That is it. So a couple dozen in each. You'll have it forever. Buy it to size. When you get a different carat weight in a diamond, you pay more for the larger carat weight. We go from
Usually,
1
yeah.
to 1 1/4. Exponentially, you pay more, right? Rubies, emeralds, sapphires. All of these are the same price. You're going from 12 to 15 carats. Why? Because it's a larger bracelet. There's more stones. So in the last minute, as our gem aficionado, as our resident gemologist, how would you sum this value up? How do you put a value on something like this?
Well, it's interesting you brought up its single origin gemstone. Geologists also say it could be a single generation gemstone, because we don't know if our daughters or granddaughters will be able to get new tanzanite. And so it is certainly rare and valuable now, and it will only increase as such since it's so limited.
Wow, couple dozen remaining in each, and then it's going to be gone. So this is it. It's all the same price. It's 5 ZPM. It's a $119.80. It's J429211. Are you coming back?
Yes, and come back.
With what? With what?
With some rings.
Some rings.
Gemstone rings.
Gonna wow you with them. 2 hours of your love of jewelry. Stay on the line. And Jay's coming back. Jill Bauer's gonna be back. Coming back home with Jay in this brand new sterling silver. Yeah, it's a box chain with a lot of love. Here's that firelight I was teasing you about coming up at the end of the show. This is for the love of jewelry and J423178. That's done in 14 karat white gold or 14 karat yellow gold. A variation of sizes in those stones as well, so stay tuned for that. We have an update, by the way. Just a little advice. Don't flirt with the models.